Hello and welcome from my little space here in Vienna. My name is Luise. I'm a literature student and writer, and it was the end of the semester. I had my Bachelor thesis to hand in, so there was a lot of work, and I thought I could bring you along while I go to libraries and cafes and do my work. I also do an internship at one of the university libraries, so I'll show you some snippets from there as well. I find it quite lovely to work in cafes, especially Viennese old cafes. But this time there was live piano music in that cafe, and they sometimes do that in old traditional Viennese cafes, which is nice, but the volume was even a little bit too much for a normal conversation. So yeah, that wasn't very productive. I'm definitely an early bird. I like to get up in the morning and do a little bit of yoga to get motivated, and then I prepare my breakfast, and I might have a little bit of an obsession with porridge. It's such a comfort food for me, so I always prepare a little porridge. And if you are also into porridge, I have a little Instagram account where I share some of my recipes. So you can check it out if you like. It's called The Porridgery. And this morning I made a turmeric porridge with lots of other spices as well. I really like that. It's very, very nice on the stomach as well. And it looks a bit funny because it's yellow. Some people ask me if it's curry, but no, it is not. It is a sweet porridge, and it's one of my favorites actually. In my last video I also talked about reward systems, and that for a very long time my reward system was based on food basically, but I can't really do that anymore due to health reasons. But my porridge is one of the things that I can still enjoy, and I think this is a big reason why it brings me so much comfort. So this is how I start my morning, and then I head to university to go to the library, usually with a friend. I don't always work at the library, but it can be so helpful to get out of the house. And the University Library for German and Scandinavian Studies is also quite beautiful. It is a very lovely place and gets me inspired. I got to the library at around 9:30, and then I did some working for about an hour, and then I had to look for some books, and the books for the Scandinavian studies are in this back room that is really not very beautiful. So the library has a lot of different faces. You have the old rooms that are very beautiful, and then obviously for just practical reasons, not very aesthetically pleasing rooms as well. So I would get all my books and then sit down again and work. I always like to do 5-minute breaks in between so the study sessions don't get too long. I already mentioned it in my other videos, but my bachelor thesis that I'm currently writing is on the second written standard norm in Norway. I'm focusing on the historical situation back then when this standard norm was developed. And I think this is going to be my last essay on a linguistic topic, which is quite exciting. Wednesday is always the day where I have my little shift at the Library for Comparative Literature. It is an internship, but also within my studies. And the library is a very, very nice place to work at. I really, really love it. So I spend a lot of time at libraries at the moment. And this one is quite different from like the Library for German Studies, for example. It is a very new building. It has a very different aesthetic, but it is still very nice. I work at the front desk and I bring back the books and, all that stuff. So I think working as a librarian is maybe a little bit romanticized, but at the same time, it is a very lovely job. And I mean, I'm not allowed to do that many things as an intern, obviously, but I do get a little bit of an insight, and I could totally imagine myself as a librarian. And it gives me a lot of joy to work with the books, and then people come around and they're like, oh, I can't find this book, or do you have anything on this topic, or whatever. So this is a very lovely thing. I'm on the home stretch for my essay, and I tend to forget everything around me. I just want to be finished, and I always need to remind myself to, go to the toilet or drink some water, eat something, stretch my body. I am hyper focused in this time, and I just really, really want to be done with it. And it is good and bad at the same time, but I really shouldn't forget my, mundane needs. Also, shout out to the University of Vienna for providing free period product. This is so cool. The best feeling. I just handed in my essay, and now I can close all the tabs that were open from the secondary literature. This is a very good feeling, and now it is time to finish my tea and relax. I hope you can finish all your coursework and you're doing fine. All the best. I'll see you next time.